This person says, I don't understand why the U.S. government hates Canada now. And I think it's important to understand that the U.S. government does not hate Canada. The people who have taken over the U.S. government hate Canada. Americans, by and large, have no problem with Canada. As a matter of fact, all of the people that you see bitching and moaning and complaining about taking over Canada or putting tariffs on Canada or how Canada needs to be our 51st state, prior to Donald Trump having a moment, an epiphany that told him we need to go to war with Canada, none of them badmouth Canada. That's not something that existed down here, right? As a matter of fact, they never talked about Canada and the northern border and any of that shit. It was always Mexico and south. It was always from the Rio Grande down to Argentina. That was their issue. Still is their issue. But because Donald Trump wants to be the last American president to expand the physical footprint of the United States of America, and he thinks he's going to be able to make Canada our 51st state, which is never going to happen. He started talking about how we need to make, we're going to call the Prime Minister of Canada the Governor of Canada. We're going to call Canada the 51st state. We're going to show it as part of our map. We're going to incorporate this, and we're going to start slapping tariffs on them. We're going to start leaning on them. 25% tariffs on Canada went into effect today, as a matter of fact. And so, as a result of that, his ignorant cult followers sat up, barked and clapped like the trained seals that they are, and started regurgitating that. They didn't hate Canada before Donald Trump told them to hate Canada. Excuse me. No, of course not. It wasn't until Donald Trump said, this is what we're going to do. None of these people were even thinking about the Panama Canal. It wasn't even on their interstellar radar, right? None of these people talked about the Panama Canal until Trump did. I'll bet you half these fucking people couldn't even point out Panama on a goddamn map. Same thing with Greenland. There was no talk of we need to take over Greenland. Greenland needs to be part of the United States of America. As a matter of fact, growing up, most of my life, most people in the United States of America looked at Greenland as a wasteland, not realizing the kind of riches that the nation has as far as its natural resources. They looked at it as, well, it's big, it's cold, there are very few people there. No one wants to live in Greenland. Who wants anything to do with Greenland? Then Donald Trump said, hey, we need to take over Greenland, and the herd sat up and regurgitated the talking point. We need to take over Greenland. So please understand that the United States government does not hate Canada. It's just the people who are temporarily occupying these seats in the government that do. And unfortunately, that means that there are going to be some rough times between our nations in the very near future. But that will not last forever. Donald Trump will not be president forever. He might not even be president for the next 4 years, given his age and physical condition. He might not, who knows? But he will not be president forever. My fear is that the damage that's going to be done over the course of the next few years under the Trump administration is going to take years to repair.